Welcome to part 3 of our journey into Stoicism. Today, we're tackling a profound truth: negativity has no power without your consent. It's a concept that can fundamentally change how you experience the world. So, let's explore how we can reclaim our inner peace. Think about this: negativity never forces its way into your life. It doesn't break down your door or hold you captive. Instead, it enters through a much subtler gateway: your interpretation. It's the meaning you assign to events that gives them their sting. An insult, for instance, is just a collection of sound waves, words vibrating through the air. A setback is just an event, a point in time. A failure is simply feedback, data for your next attempt. None of these things are inherently painful. They become a source of suffering only when our mind steps in and assigns them a negative meaning. It's our internal narrative that turns a neutral event into a personal tragedy. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca captured this perfectly when he said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How often have you spent hours, days, or even weeks worrying about something that might happen, only for it to turn out fine? Or replaying a negative event in your mind, amplifying the pain far beyond the initial moment? Our imagination is a powerful tool, but it can also be our greatest tormentor if left unchecked. We live through our anxieties 1,000 times, while the actual event happens only once. This is where Stoicism offers a practical, life-altering solution. It trains you to become a gatekeeper of your mind, to intercept negativity at the very moment it appears. Before a thought can take root and spiral into a storm of emotion, you learn to pause and question it. Ask yourself these simple but powerful questions: is this thought useful? Is it helping me move forward, or is it just holding me back in a loop of pain? Is this reaction necessary? Is getting angry or upset the only option I have, or is there a more constructive way to respond? And most importantly, is this worth my peace? Is this fleeting moment of outrage, this person's opinion, or this minor inconvenience worth sacrificing my inner tranquility? You'll find that most negativity crumbles under this kind of scrutiny. When you shine the light of awareness on these automatic negative thoughts, they often fade away, revealing themselves to be hollow and powerless. They are like shadows that disappear when the lights come on. A core technique Stoics use to achieve this is called cognitive distancing. It's a small but revolutionary shift in language and perspective. Instead of saying, "I am angry," you say, "I am experiencing the feeling of anger." Instead of "I am a failure," you say, "I am experiencing the thought that I have failed." Do you see the difference? It's not just semantics. The first statement, "I am angry," equates your entire identity with the emotion. You become the anger. It defines you. But the second statement, "I am experiencing anger," creates a space between you and the emotion. It acknowledges the feeling without letting it consume you. It turns you from the subject of the emotion into an observer of it. This single shift protects your identity. It reminds you that you are not your emotions, you are not your thoughts. You are the conscious, stable presence that is watching them. You are the sky, and the emotions are just clouds passing through. Sometimes the clouds are dark and stormy, but they are not the sky. The sky remains vast, clear, and untouched. When you can observe your negativity calmly, it loses its power. Anger, when watched without judgment, begins to soften. Fear, when met with gentle attention, starts to dissipate. Sadness, when allowed to exist without resistance, eventually flows through you and releases its grip. You stop fighting your feelings and instead learn to guide them. This practice is your training for life's inevitable challenges. When someone disrespects you, your training kicks in. Instead of reacting with immediate anger, you remain steady. You observe the feeling of being slighted, but you don't let it dictate your response. You choose to act from a place of reason and calm, not from a place of hurt ego. When life disappoints you, when you lose a job, a relationship ends, or a plan fails, you remain grounded. You allow yourself to feel the sadness or frustration, but you don't let it become your identity. You see it as an event, not a definition of your worth. You are the one who is experiencing the disappointment, not the disappointment itself. And when fear appears, whether it's the fear of public speaking, the fear of the unknown, or the deep-seated anxiety about the future, you don't run from it. You sit with it. You give it your calm, non-judgmental attention. You breathe. You notice where you feel it in your body. You watch its patterns. In this stillness, in this quiet observation, you disarm the chaos. Fear thrives on being fought or fled from. When you face it with steady presence, it has nowhere to go. Stillness is the ultimate weapon against chaos. It's the calm center in the hurricane of life. By learning to cultivate this stillness, you realize that you are the one in control. Not the external events, not other people's opinions, and certainly not your fleeting emotions. You hold the power to grant or deny access to your inner peace. In our next and final part, Part 4, we will explore one of the most crucial skills for the modern age: how Stoics build inner silence in a world that is constantly screaming for our attention. You'll learn how to find quiet in the noise and focus in the midst of distraction. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. We'll see you in the next video.